Okay, let's work through this word problem, shall we? Lewis's class is selling t-shirts for a fundraiser. The supplier charges $750 for the initial design and setup, plus $5 for each imprinted t-shirt. The students sell the t-shirt for $15 each. How many t-shirts do the students need to sell to break even? How much profit will the students make if they sell 150 t-shirts? So what we need to come up with is a relationship that tells us the cost to make the t-shirts, and then we'll come up with a second equation to give us how much money we make selling them. So let's C represent cost of shirts. So this is how much it costs us to make the shirts. And we're going to let N represent number of shirts made. Okay, so therefore C is equal to, and if my initial cost is 750, so 750 plus, and if it costs $5 per shirt to make it, 5 times the number of shirts made. And what I hope you recognize here, if we rewrite this like this, is this is simply a linear relationship. So we want to know how many t-shirts do the students need to sell to break even. So that means that if we want the students to break even, that means they need to sell a number of shirts to cover their cost. So if this is our first equation, we can think the amount of money that students make, we're going to let A represent the amount of money sold. Or sorry, not sold, the amount of money made. So A is going to represent the amount of money made, so we're going to say A is equal to, well, in this case, it's going to be 15 times the number of shirts, because if I sell, say, 100 shirts, I'm going to make $1,500. So if the students break even, A should equal C, because the cost it was for me to produce the shirts should equal the amount of money I make. So therefore I can say 15N is equal to 5N plus 750. So 10N is equal to 750. So N is equal to 75. So therefore we need to sell, or sorry, not we, Lou needs to sell 75 shirts to break even. So let's go through this again, because it's a little bit different than other problems we've done. So the first thing we figured out was, how much does it cost Lou's class just to produce the shirts? And it's $750 to start, just to get the machine set up, plus $5 for every shirt they print. So if C represents the cost of shirts, N represents the number of shirts made, we have a equation to find the cost for production, which is 5N plus 750. Perfect. So then we want to know, if they break even, how many shirts do they have to sell? So I can find the amount of money made by saying A is 15 times N, because if I sell each shirt for $15, 15 times N will give me the amount of money I earn. So if they break even, A is equal to C, so I can set those two equations equal to each other and solve N is 75. Perfect. Let's do part B. So how much profit will the students make if they sell 150 shirts? So if the student body needs 150 shirts made, the cost is going to be 5 times 150 plus 750. So 5 times 150 times 150 plus 750. So that's going to cost the class $1,500 just to make those shirts. So this is to make shirts. So then, well, how much money are they going to make selling them? Well, they're going to make, if they sell each shirt for $15 and they're going to sell 150 of those shirts, we're going to multiply those together, and that's going to give me 2,250. So therefore, they ask us what the profit is, and it's important to know what profit means. Profit is the money made after costs are accounted for. So in this case, the profit, which we can represent as P, is going to be, well, if I made $2,250 selling these shirts and it cost me $1,500 to make them, the profit is going to be $750. So a little different than our other systems of equations, but the same principles are at play in this problem. I hope that helped.